What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgotten. The update is here, and boy, oh boy, I got to tell you guys, man, these uniforms look amazing. They are sick looking. The detail in all these, I mean, Adams especially, I don't know, I really love Requiems. I know Drax is probably the one that's going to get made fun of a little bit because the old classic look, but honestly, the glare off his belt and the skull in the center, I think it looks pretty damn cool. I actually really like it. In fact, I love all of these uniforms, and I'm just want to give you guys my initial thoughts about every one of these characters and how they might perform in Marvel Future Fight. But before we get into that, I do want to touch on something that is a bit of a negative, and that is in World Boss. Now, I really love this new UI. This looks amazing, and honestly, I think it's a lot easier to navigate through. I really enjoy it. However, unfortunately, if you want to play Ultron, you have to do these challenges, which I should have expected. I should have known this is something they've done before, where you actually have to clear Null 5 times and you have to clear Mephisto 5 times. Now, there is a 50% discount, and I could spend 3,300 crystals to unlock this, but that is pretty damn pricey to unlock this. I'll probably just go ahead and play Null the extra few times and Mephisto the few times or 5 times to go ahead and unlock this, because it's only going to take about 3 days. It kind of sucks that I already played 2 world bosses already. If I wouldn't have, I'd actually get to do this in 2 days. So for those of you that are smarter than me and you actually saved your world bosses, then you'll be able to unlock Ultron in 2 days. For those of you that want to spend crystals, you're going to spend 3,300 crystals. So it's completely up to you. But man, this is what I was honestly, I'm like, the characters are awesome, but this is what I was looking forward to the most. And now I got to wait the 3 days. So yeah, that's a real shame. That's a real bummer. But as far as the characters, let's start off with Drax. So my initial impressions of Drax is he doesn't seem like he has a tremendous amount of damage, right? He seems okay, but to be fair, I do have crap builds. I have crap builds on all these characters. You guys know that I like to test characters with crap builds, especially when I have 25% Pierce. It's just a lot of Pierce, guys. It really can skew things and make characters look a lot stronger than what they actually might be for some other accounts. But he just seems a little bit, you know, on the weaker side as far as damage, but I don't have a proc, to be fair. But I do think that Drax is probably going to shine in PvP. This dude is tanky. You know, with the reflect that he has and the increased damage to targets with mockery effect, well, you know what, to be fair, I don't think I was testing him right, because whenever you have the mockery effect applied, you get the increased damage dealt to targets with mockery effect, and I don't think I was using it earlier. Yeah, it's on the 3rd skill, so maybe I wasn't getting the mockery effect. So you know what, let me refrain from my judgment on his damage yet, because I think I wasn't testing him properly, to be fair. I mean, I initially only been playing this for about 30 minutes, and then I started recording this video, so I want to be fair to Drax. But PvP wise, I mean, the decreased damage received that he's got, it's just nuts, guys. I mean, for reflected effects, I think his uniform effect gives him the insanity as far as yeah, I mean, the decreased basic damage received from superheroes and supervillains by 60%, the increased skill damage, very strong stuff. And something that I want to show you guys about Drax that I thought was really cool, and I don't think we've ever had it before. I don't know if any other character has this capability, but he's got a heal on his 3rd skill, right? And the thing is, the heal comes late. Now, usually when we cancel skills early, the heals will get canceled also immediately. So a big complaint that we always have about a lot of characters that have heals that come really late is that, hey man, we can't cancel our skill because, you know, they're going to lose their heal. But with Drax here, you can actually hit the 3rd skill, cancel into another skill, and he will get that heal. Actually, it's a lot easier to see on his 4th skill. I'll show you guys again. Check this out, right? By the way, his skills are pretty cool, but we'll do the 3 and then go into the 4. Now look at him. He'll have the heal show up. There's the heal. Isn't that awesome? So like, even when you cancel the 3rd skill immediately, right, you will get the heal still, which is awesome. And that is a 40% recovery heal for 2 seconds. Now let's take a look at his skills. The 4th skill, pretty cool, not too shabby. The 5th skill, nice. The 2nd skill, okay. You know, I mean, you know, he's a slashing character, right? He's a physical character that does a lot of slashes. The 3rd skill, and the Awaken skill. Now, the Awaken skill on both Gamora and Drax, you can actually cancel immediately, which, I mean, that's already kind of hints to you that they might be really strong in PvE, but I really think Gamora's probably going to shine more than Drax, but I'm not really sure. I mean, you can literally cancel that damn thing, and you'll see the spaceship there flying around. Look at that. Isn't that freaking cool? I love all the detail to these skills. So, I mean, Drax, I think more than likely, I mean, the thing that's going to hurt him in PvP is the fact that he doesn't have any ignore iframe. But because of his heal, because of his decreased damage received, I don't know. He might be a sleeper out of this bunch, you know? And I really like that his passive here actually gives the different effects of all basic attack increase, all resist down, and then the all basic defense by 10%, the sex up to 50%. I love that he has all three of these effects whenever you're attacking. It's very unique to Drax, and I'm glad they did it. It's actually something very cool about the character. And of course, the leadership is pretty godly. I mean, you're going to be able to team this guy up with Taskmaster and Valkyrie, right? And have all that extra HP, 65%. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays out in the game. But I mean, I don't know. So far, I mean, just from the little bit of testing I've done so far, I think probably more than likely, you know, PvP. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Then we get into Requiem. Now, Requiem, I think, is probably going to be very, very strong for PvE. However, the thing about the character is she isn't super proc friendly. That's something I've noticed already with her. I mean, she's got a lot of good things in the kit with the paralysis, which only works in regular world boss, the nice huge accumulation. I mean, she is strong, guys. She's got a lot of damn power. She's got the nice attack buffs on the 5 and the 4. She's got a good heal on her 5. She's got this amazing leadership that's so awesome. I'm so glad that they finally gave a speed type a good leadership, and why not it be Requiem? That's awesome, right? And she's got some really cool skills. You can cancel her awaken skill immediately, and you can cancel the 3rd skill immediately, but you got to let the 5 delay the 5 before you can cancel it. So the 5 looks something like this, right? And she gets the heal when she jumps up, and you see all the poison line on the ground. That's pretty cool, right? But if you cancel that skill early, you don't even get the residual damage from it. So you don't want to cancel it early if you're trying to get optimal damage out of that thing. So it looks like it's like 3, 5, and then you got to delay, slam down, and then go into the 4th skill afterwards. And here's the thing that sucks about this and why she isn't super proc friendly. She has to hit the ground before you can release and go into the 4th skill. Now her skills look gorgeous. I mean, this 5th skill, I mean, that purple and that emerald green, that is beautiful. Gorgeous skills. You see the purple slashes coming across the screen. Really, really cool, man. Love it, love it, love it. Right? And then you got the accumulation here, right? A skill that you're probably going to cancel immediately. So the other thing to note is, you know, they gave her some guaranteed critical rate. So I'm thinking, I mean, I could be wrong about this, but my prediction is she might end up becoming an ABX meta. And if that is the case, and if a rage is going to be optimal on her, it means she won't be quite as good for World Boss Legend as we would like her to be, more than likely. It's very rare that a character can use a CTP of Rage and really shine in World Boss Legend. There are very, very few characters that actually can do that. But she can play with a proc. I mean, I have played with her a little bit, and you can keep it there, but it's a little tricky at times. At least it seems to be so far. But I mean, her damage is very, very respectful, very good. I mean, I was only using 120% proc. I'll do a more detailed video about all of these characters, but I'm just giving you guys my initial impressions so far. Now, Adam looks crazy strong, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. This character is pretty nuts. Even with this crap build that I got on him, he can melt bars in World Boss Legend. Now, the thing is, in regular World Boss Legend, you know, this all defense down actually works, whereas it won't in World Boss Legend, right? And when you do have this character at tier 3, he is going to get an insane, you know, all defense down that goes up to 70%. But again, that isn't going to work in regular World Boss. So as far as PvE is concerned, you know, having all that all defense down is useless against regular World Boss or against World Boss Legend, right? Against the regular World Boss Ultimates, it's going to be a good thing, but not against World Boss Legend. But you do get the increased basic attack by 40% for 10 seconds, which is nice. Now, I will also say that he doesn't seem to be exactly like you can play with him proc pretty easily, but you're going to have to cancel your fifth skill very, very fast in order to really get the most damage. You're definitely going to want to proc on the third skill. This thing does insanity as far as damage, and especially because it has invincibility that lasts for 6 seconds, which means you won't get guard broken. So when I look at it from that respect, I think, well, maybe he'd work really good against Null because his damage is really good. However, I'm using that all defense down from the fifth skill and regular World Boss Ultimate so far for my testing at tier 2. So it's going to be real interesting. And he has immunity on his fourth skill. Personally, guys, I think he's probably going to shine more in PvP, especially due to his ignore iframe. I mean, he's got a heal on the second skill as well. And unfortunately, that artifact that gives him a constant heal, right? You're going to have to, go for that thing, and the chances of getting it are pretty slim. But the extra penetration that they gave him and the decreased damage received is really, on top of the ignore iframe, is really where I think, that Adam's probably going to shine more in PvP. But I'm telling you, his PvE potential is very, very good. This character is very strong. Now, the fifth skill here, you cannot cancel this thing early, which sucks. That thing will set off the proc very early. But the fourth skill is pretty cool. Like, you hit the fourth skill, and he throws out these little sparks, right? And then they apply all defense down, like over and over and over consecutively, right? Which is pretty cool. So you can literally cancel the 4 and then just go right into the 3. And because this thing just keeps, it's a channeling attack and keeps attacking, during that 6 seconds of invincibility and having that super armor in the invincibility, you don't have to worry about anything happening to you, which is freaking awesome. On top of that, you're going to have immunity from the 4th skill, which means you're not going to be getting debuffed either, which is pretty cool. Like, he's actually a pretty complete character as far as what I can tell. I mean, and his tier 3, guys, is godly. Look at this thing with the SFX off. Oh, I'm sorry. The SFX is on, my bad. But look at this thing. This is sick. This is sick. Now, you can't cancel that skill early. If you do, you're going to lose all of the damage from it, and that thing does an insane amount of hits. Now, let me show you something that's pretty wild, man. When you turn the SFX off, we'll build up his tier 3. Man, I'm telling you guys, he really does have some insane damage, man. So look at the tier 3 now, right? Isn't that cool? Like a freaking wasteland. That is so awesome. Like, it's like you're sitting on a moon. That is dope. And the crazy thing is, like, with a proc, this will be very difficult to pull off, but because the third skill has the channeling and has the accumulation and everything, I mean, you might be able to do some kind of rotation where you use the tier 3 and then go right into the third skill. You can cancel the tier 3 whenever he jumps in the air and spreads his arms out. And look at all these hits. Look at all those hits. It is insane. And until you run away, those hits get dealing and dealing and dealing. So Adam's looking pretty freaking OP, guys. Like, he's looking very, very strong. And from the test I've done so far, like, he melts, man. So far the characters look pretty damn solid. I mean, I think that Adam is probably going to shine in PvP and probably PvE. I mean, he really does seem to have potential for both of those areas. I think Requiem, I mean, she's definitely strong in PvE. Whether or not she's going to be good in World Boss Legend, I don't know, especially because she isn't super proc friendly. And being as that, the CTPs of Energy or the Mighty CTP of Destruction seem to do a lot more damage than a Rage and World Boss Legend. That kind of worries me about her, but maybe you need to tinker with her rotation, play with her a little bit more, maybe try to find a way to make her a little bit more proc friendly. Sorry, buddy, not right now. And Drax, looks like he might be a sleeper in PvP. I'm not really sure yet until I put a proc on him. A novelist can actually test him with a damage proc to see how much damage he actually can do. I'm not really sure yet. And again, I think with my testing earlier, I don't think I was using that mockery from his third skill. So I wasn't getting that extra 70% increased damage. And that would make a huge difference on the amount of power that he's actually dealing. And as of right now, I do have my potential ready for Adam Warlock. I mean, he's already ready to go. All I got to do is level up his gears. And as far as Requiem and Drax, I'm still waiting on their potential. So hopefully in the next World Boss, or maybe the World Boss after, I'll get their potential unlocked. I think I got enough materials that maybe I can level up 2 of these characters. So let me know what characters you guys would like to see me do a review of first and what you think about this update. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.